Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal of pink amethyst. Now, pink amethyst is a newly discovered crystal that's been found in Patagonia in Argentina. As you'll see, when we normally think of amethyst, we think of those beautiful violet and purple hues, from very soft to even really quite rich. But this has this almost beautiful pink and sometimes almost a peach color. This has a whole different range of energies that we're going to explore in this video. Now, as I'm talking about pink quartz, you might be going, hold on, isn't pink quartz just rose quartz? Well, they're actually quite different. What gives this its color is actually hematite growing within the structure of the crystal. Whereas when we get pink rose quartz, which is obviously another type of quartz, it's normally manganese and titanium and iron that give it that color. So these are two types of quartz that have different things giving them their actual color. And based on what gives them their color, that affects their energy and how we'd work with them. So in this video, we're going to explore the newly discovered pink amethyst and how you can use it in your life. Pink amethyst is going to be a really beautiful crystal just to place around the home. It has this ability to be able to transmute energy, taking away dense or heavy energy and just kind of bringing a lightness to it. Having that pink color, it's going to bring in kind of a sense of love, but also having that amethyst aspect to it, it's also going to help to bring in a sense of peace. Now, don't we all just need a bit of love and peace in our lives? In fact, lots of teachers are talking at the moment about not to chase happiness, because happiness is always reliant on, getting other stimuli and that type of thing, but to find contentment and to find peace. And I think this is going to be a really great crystal to help you find that. As you work with the energy of pink amethyst, whether it just be having it around your space or actually sitting down and meditating with it or wearing it as jewelry, you're going to find this sense of grace, a sense of ease, a sense of not having to push or to resist against things. At this time in our lives, there is a lot of different struggles happening around the world and things aren't as easy as maybe they were a few years ago. Now, we can get upset and keep pushing against that, or we can just accept that this is how it's going to be. Now, that doesn't mean that you become stagnant and give up. It means that just like water running down a mountain, it doesn't just keep pushing against the same thing. It relaxes and finds the easiest way down, the path of least resistance. So if you find that you're forcing things at the moment, then pink amethyst could be a really beautiful one for you to lean into to find, how can I, with the most ease and grace, get to my destination, where I desire to be, without forcing things. And that may mean that you need to go a different route that you would in the past. Pink amethyst will allow you to find that way to do that and allow you to relax and enjoy the process along the way. From my time working with pink amethyst, I find that you can kind of lay it on two different chakras. Now, being pink, we're of course going to think about that heart chakra. And yes, it's really, really beautiful for the heart chakra. Again, I want to kind of compare it to rose quartz here. Rose quartz, I find, has kind of got this snuggly feel. It's very much about forgiveness and contentment, and almost kind of wraps you up in this motion. Whereas pink amethyst is actually quite expansive. It almost opens you up to want to love more, to be open to receiving love, and to giving love to the world, and for having that sense of gratitude. And we know the more we're grateful for the people in our lives, the events in our lives, the possessions we have, and just life in general, the more goodness flows into our life. And you're going to find that pink amethyst is really going to help you in that way. So if you want to snuggle up and feel contented with love, if you need a bit of forgiveness, or if things are a little bit harsh, then rose quartz is going to be good. But if you're ready to open up and get back into loving, then pink amethyst is going to be the choice for you. So to simplify the difference, rose quartz is snuggle in and pink amethyst is expand out with your love. Hope that makes sense. The other chakra it's going to be really great for is a lesser known chakra known as the Zeal chakra. Now, it's kind of where your spine goes into your skull, known as the occiput there. Now, this Zeal chakra is sometimes called the mouth of God. It's where inspiration, it's where clairvoyance, and a lot of those other kind of messages from the external world, from the universe, come into our mind. They're then interpreted by the intuition, work with the crown chakra, and brought in with love. The color of this chakra is magenta. And so you've kind of got this beautiful magenta colored crystal that works really well with this. We know that the universe loves us. Although sometimes it feels like it's beating us up, it is supporting us in our growth, in our expansion, and fulfilling our life purpose on this planet. When we're unclear of what we're meant to be doing, then we can work with Pink Amethyst to help open up the Zeal chakra, to help that guidance come through so we know what we're meant to be doing. When we know there's a plan, when we trust that there is a plan, then we feel more certain and more confident in whatever's happening. Pink Amethyst will help to give us that confidence, to give us that certainty, and to listen to the hints that are coming through from the universe to, again, guide us along our path with the greatest ease and grace. One of the best ways to get guidance from the universe can be during our dreams. A lot of people have noticed when they have pink amethyst in their bedroom, their dreams become more lucid or more vivid. And this is really powerful because it's when our conscious mind, the monkey mind, has shut up for a few hours and other things can start coming through. So put some pink amethyst, if it's a little cluster like this, right by the bedside table. And what I encourage you to do is keep a journal or a book nearby. As soon as you get up, write down whatever you remember. If you recall situations and quite vivid dreams, write them down. If you wake up just feeling a certain way, write that down as well. What you want to do is you want to write down as much as you can before the monkey mind kicks in. You start thinking about what you need to do in the day and what your responsibilities are. What you'll find is if you can capture that in the very first moments you wake up, before you even get out of bed fully, then if you look back over the few days or even a few months, you'll start to see patterns and messages that are coming through. By having the pink amethyst nearby, it should help to enhance your dreams and make them more powerful. Now, if you'd like to use essential oils to kind of mix in to make your dreams more vivid, my favorite ones are popped on the soles of the feet, gardenia, Buddhawood, juniper berry is really good, vetiver can be quite good, marjoram has helped a few people as well. Putting just one of these on the soles of your feet should make your dreams more apparent, more vivid, and more obvious. Combine that with your pink amethyst, and you should be getting some really good guidance. So if we're starting to feel that we've got a greater sense of direction, and we're starting to feel a bit more loved by the universe, and that love kind of in our heart, flourishing in our heart and flourishing out to the world, you're going to really feel this sense of upliftment. This is going to be a great emotional healing crystal whenever you've been through a tough time, a challenging time, a traumatic time. If you're finding that you have kind of want to draw a line in the sand and go, enough is enough, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to let go of all that pain and that suffering and start giving my best and receiving the best from the world, then pink amethyst is going to be great. This is being a spiritual stone, and we know that amethyst is strongly connected to getting out there and, relaxing into our spiritual journey. This is really going to help in that way. Remember the mist and maybe go back and watch my old amethyst video where I talk about all the different aspects of amethyst. These aspects are also going to be applicable to the pink amethyst, but it's going to bring in this grace, this gentleness, and this love as well. Remember that amethyst is very much about moderation and making sure that we walk a balanced path. This is going to be a crystal that will allow you to find balance as you get into action. A lot of us will allow fear or trauma or pain of the past to stop us from growing. And if we look in nature, if we're not growing, we're decaying. This is one that's really going to help you to start flourishing again, but not in a forced way, in a really gentle way. Just as a flower doesn't have to try its hardest to blossom and to reach towards the light and open towards the sun, pink amethyst will allow you to grow and reach towards the light and grow towards the light without having to force or challenge yourself too much where it actually becomes painful or increases suffering even more. Now, I have read other people say that you don't need to cleanse amethysts, but I actually disagree, and I find that it is really good to put them out in nature just to cleanse them from time to time, especially when you've been working with them a lot or if you've been through a challenging time. It allows them to be at their best so they can bring their best energy into your space whenever you're working with them. I find pink amethyst responds really beautifully to water. So if it's raining or if you've got a small lake or stream or something, then popping it out in the water for a little while can be really quite powerful. But you want to use a natural source of water. When it comes to bringing in gifts from the other animal kingdom or the other kingdoms, first of all, if we look at animals, owl works really well with purple amethyst, and I'm going to match it with this one as well. There's still this serenity that you find in the pink amethyst, and owls teach us that when we are quiet, we are wise. Sometimes we don't have to be quiet though and listen to what's happening outside of us. Sometimes we just need to be quiet and listen to what's happening within us. What's our intuition telling us? What's our clairvoyance telling us? What's our psychic abilities telling us? What's our conscience telling us? Sometimes we know what we need to do. Sometimes we know when things aren't working, but we keep forcing them. An owl can teach us to be quiet and this time listen within. Now, working with the plant kingdom, and you know I love essential oils by now, Fregonia. Fregonia is this amazing essential oil that is gifted from my home state here of Western Australia. Fregonia is really great at helping to resurrect faith and hope and lift you up through challenging times. And just as it kind of allows us to kind of blossom and open up again, I find pink amethyst has a really great energy in that way as well. And so these two can work really well together. Now, as I said before, pink amethyst has only been recently discovered, so it's a bit of a rare one. Have you had a chance to work with it yet? It's definitely worth hunting down, and I don't know how much there's going to be available because it's only found in this one location in the world. So I'd love to hear about your experiences with pink amethyst as well. Please share with our nature-loving, Mother Earth-loving community and leave a comment in the section below, sharing your experience. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.